What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Nerds of UVM. I'm your host, David. I'm joined by my friend Luke.
Yo, what's up, guys?
And I'm joined by my friend Bob.
Hello.
This is a show where we talk about stuff around a table. Sometimes there are toys on it, sometimes there aren't. Don't judge us what we do. Mind your own business.
Unless it's Bionicles, then judge it.
You know what? No, Bionicles are amazing. Look at this. Look at this action post I got this guy in. He looks badass. Okay? Anywho, we're going to move on. We got a topic this episode that's being brought to us by Bob. Bob, what is your topic?
Fight scenes.
Excuse me, fight scenes.
Yeah,
sounds great.
Disgusting.
I burped away from you.
Yeah, well, okay.
All right, so what about fight scenes?
Oh man, just we all love them. We all love them. They're a great thing to watch on film, and they can either make it or break it, to be honest.
I enjoy them very
They can
much.
make it or break it. I'm not talking about action sequences. I'm not talking about the extended fight scenes in like Avengers or anything like that where there's multiple people and just explosions everywhere. I'm
And
talking
it takes
about
place longer than like 5 minutes. or
yeah,
something,
I'm
right?
talking about the
Talking one-on-one.
one-on-one, maybe like a two-on-one scenario that can work as well, like smaller fight scenes, smaller well choreographed fight scenes. You know, off the top of my head, top three: Neo versus Morpheus in the Matrix Dojo.
Okay.
That is my favorite of all time.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm saying that for the movies I've seen. Second one, Princess Bride duel.
Okay.
It's a great
It's
duel.
actually a good duel,
It's
yeah.
an amazing duel. And I couldn't really come up with a third, but one I really like to watch is Captain America versus the Winter Soldier highway fight scene. The end part where it's Bucky versus Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Because Bucky goes from having an M4 carbine rifle all the way down to a knife. And it's a deceleration of weapons he just has on him, which was amazing to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in that. Another Captain America fight scene that I really enjoy is the scene in the elevator.
Oh, that's amazing too.
Yeah.
That's amazing too.
But I don't know if that fits your description.
No, I would count that because
Yeah.
that's like an enclosed space. It's not like taken up by explosions and stuff. And like I would count that as a good choreographed
Yeah,
fight scene.
really solid fight scene. It's also very tense. It feels very claustrophobic
Yes,
because
and
the camera hardly ever moves from its like center position in the elevator.
Oh yeah, and you know something's building when like all of a sudden like they keep stopping on the next floor, and then these big guys go into records.
Yeah.
No, you're going to the gym. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
One of the favorite fight scenes I have is not from a Marvel movie, but the Marvel Netflix show Daredevil.
Which one?
About when Punisher, like when he fights Punisher, because those rooftop scenes are amazing.
That one's
But
good
those
too.
are more acting than like action. I
But-
would
Well, I
say.
meant like the.
But
like,
the two I'm thinking of are one, that first like original like hallway.
Oh, that's amazing.
One-
Do
fight.
you know what's very interesting about that hallway scene? I
amazing.
watched some.
and just to finish like the staircase scene and the
Yeah,
second
that's amazing
season.
You know
too.
what's interesting about both of those scenes? I watched a Vox video on which they analyzed that first hallway fight scene. You don't see anything. You don't see everything, but you hear everything.
Yeah.
And in between, when Daredevil goes in and out of the hallways, like he comes out, like he looks exhausted. Like he kind of clutches his sides a little bit.
No,
and he has
that's-
to bend over.
that's what I
And,
like about
and
it.
And he's got like a lot of momentum and force to his punch. Like he has to like sort of like use the momentum of gravity to help him get his final punches in if he's punching somebody to the ground. It is phenomenal action, honestly.
It is. That's a great fight scene. And I like how, like, there's a funny beat to it too, especially when he goes into the room and you only see him, and then he throws out like whatever it is, like a toaster or something, like, and hits the guy in the head.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
It's a funny like bit, and
Yeah.
then like because also you have to like Daredevil. Before that scene, got jumped by the Russian mob, and he was already like wounded, battered, and bruised. And he's like, I just like how they showed him being exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I think same in the stairwell fight too, like because he just got done going down the steps, like make sure to get to Frank before the other guys does.
And,
And
like
then-
I feel just like the camera, like the follow shot is like equally as important to that scene as like the actual fight
Oh,
itself.
it's amazing.
Because
It
it
has
really
to.
creates that like what you're talking
Because
about,
it-
like that claustrophobic.
But it also has to make sure because that stairwell will probably had a lot of CGI to it too.
Yeah.
Because they only can do if they keep it safe, they can only maybe do like a stairwell and a half. So like to cut it, to make it safe and to cut it for the stunt people.
So are you saying it's like tricking the camera pretty much?
Yes,
So
probably
it
like
looks
when
like a one
they pan,
shot.
that's like a whole new set. Or something like that, and like when he tosses the guy and he pans around and you see the same guy fall, it's probably like two different cuts, but it's like still the same area. It's still the same area, which
I mean, That's cool. I like that. And the fact that you think it's then just one shot, because that's what I thought it was until you just said that.
I'm not 100% sure, but just for safety reasons and just like rigging and stuff. It's the same with like
equally impressive either way.
Yeah, definitely. Same with the Civil War stairwell fight scene. They had to break that up definitely because that was all stage. That was all stage stuff. And when they got to the highway chase, that was back in Atlanta streets.
Yep.
But yeah, that stuff is just, oh man. And then like you get into bad choreography, like the Matrix trilogies, too long. The fights went on too long. Too many like 5-on-1s with Neo being the one. I mean, they're still impressive, but man, like
it's like that whole thing that
they don't age well.
Yeah. You want to go back to like bad choreography again? Go back to Marvel Netflix series. Have both of you seen Iron Fist? There are several.
I tried to watch that.
There are several fight sequences that are just they're bad because the camera is not placed correctly. There's the cinematography is very poor, and like the choreography itself is very sloppy.
It's very sloppy.
It's not great. Contrast that to something like and another thing is that like the story overall is weak, so it had less impact. Those fight scenes.
Yes, that's
contrast
true.
that with something like Return of the Jedi. That final duel between Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker, that has a lot of impact on it.
It does.
Because like there's those 3 films built on like all this emotion and this conflict in between a father and a son. And
if we're talking
throughout most of the fight, Luke tries to avoid it as best as he can. Darth Vader threatens Luke by threatening his family, and Luke just lashes out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of and like it's not clean lightsaber fighting. Not that there's anything wrong with clean lightsaber fighting,
but it's
Luke
raw.
Is like he goes at it like he's chopping wood or something.
It's
like
raw.
that. Yeah,
it's raw. And
speaking of that, just like also the lightsaber duel and The Force Awakens. Like, say what you will of that movie, I think it like
that lightsaber fight is still great.
Where they're like chopping down trees.
I like it when it was Finn and Kylo. I didn't like it so much when it was Rey and Kylo. I think
I liked both.
I like both too.
The first part with Finn though is
I mean, the thing about like that thing with Kylo and Rey though is like she made it out with like no scars. Really? On your first time? I don't buy that. I'm sorry. And I know she had a staff, but fighting with a staff is different than fighting with a sword or a saber of some kind.
But I mean, also like my favorite duel in Star Wars is Empire, with that 3-fight duel between Luke and Vader, just in the cryogenic freezing area, that platform, and then on the edge of the platform, just because it's just raw. I mean, I don't know. I can't like. It's not like.
That's a great sequence.
It is, but that sequence, I mean, as a counter argument, it's also very like set piece oriented.
Yes.
So like it really involves the world around itself, which is unique and can be kind of fun. Just I don't know if that qualifies for your definition of a fight scene necessarily.
I like a fight scene.
I think the setting's important too.
Yeah, I like a fight scene that knows its environment and uses it well.
Okay.
Like
it's kind of what makes the fighting game Injustice fun. You get to use your environment.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, you break the fourth wall. You can break the fourth wall in that game a lot too, because you're going up to space, and it still works. It still uses it too. I mean, even fight games.
Yeah.
Fight games are very important. Like the first Mortal Kombat was amazing, I mean, because you got ripped guys' skulls out and their spines out of their ass and stuff, which was great as a kid.
Yeah.
And then I know the Mortal Kombat system has had like an up and down because the people thought that it just went too far, like it was too campy. And then like with the new the recent Mortal Kombats, they liked it because it was like a throwback to the old school stuff, and because now they get to use more of the environment. You know? Like that stuff is, I mean, just great. Even Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers knows what it's all about, and then will use use their environment as well, which is amazing. I mean, how many guys do you know that's played Smash Brothers for hours on end?
Yeah. There's an entire group here at UVM dedicated to playing Super Smash Brothers Melee. Yeah.
Exactly. Like
Corneria, #1 map.
But also it's like I said with the Matrix, like sequels, like not only do they like goes on for too long, but man, like it just does not. They don't read well. The punches don't read well. You can tell when they're timing it.
Okay.
You can tell when like they're anticipating a punch.
Got it.
That's the best way I can you see Keanu do like a duck, block. Oh shit! Here comes the hook, and you can just see in their tense face. It's not like as natural looking as it was in the first Matrix movie.
Okay. Do you remember, Bob, in our first class together, probably not, like silent film?
Yes.
Our professor was just like, yeah, one of the like key aspects of acting is how you react.
Yes.
And I feel like that applies perfectly to fighting. Like, you can
have
tell
to
when they're
react.
anticipating and when they're reacting.
Yes, because you have to. You're not getting punched, but you have to sell like you're getting punched. Same with falling. You're trying to brace yourself as much as you can when you fall, but if you don't act like you're in pain, people are gonna be like, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah.
You have to act like you're in pain. You have to act like it's. It is different when you get into kung fu movies and stuff like that because it's so fast paced and stuff. But just with those Matrix movies, you could see when they were anticipating the punch. They knew exactly when it was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Well, I think we had a good discussion on fight scenes. Thank you, Bob, for that topic. It's not one I would normally think of, so I'm glad you're here to be the out of the box thinker.
I
like
realized
punches
actually a
and
lot of
kicks.
stuff in this conversation that was
Yeah.
really cool.
I like punches and kicks.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Nerds of UVM. If you like what we did here, consider following our social media or subscribing to the YouTube channel to see more of our videos. We upload 2 a week. We do really, really well at that.
Really?
Yeah, 2 a week.
That's a whole lot of content.
Yeah. But we're going to end the episode here for now. Thank you so much again for joining us. I've been David.
I've been Luke.
I've been Bob.
And this has been Nerds of UVM. Thank you so much again. And until next time, live long and prosper.
Go take a boxing class. They're fun.